You see this? This thing weighs like 70 pounds. And before I found this rack, I was trying to get it into the back of my SUV, like doing some sort of CrossFit workout. There had to be a better way. Welcome back to the channel. This is Car Tech TV. I'm Johan, and today we're gonna be doing a review on the Young Electric e-bike rack. Can hold up to 200 pounds, 2 bikes, 100 pounds each. And Young Electric sent us this bike rack, and we're gonna run it through its paces. If it works great, we'll let you know. If it doesn't, we'll also let you know. So let's get into it. As for a benchmark, I already own a Velocirax 5-bike rack, and we even bought a fat tire adapter for the middle so that we can put this one on it. So we can get all 3 of these e-bikes on there, plus my kids' race bikes for their mountain biking cross-country team. And we seem to be able to do that okay, but it's got a couple cons as well. Namely, it's about 1,100 bucks. This Young e-bike rack here is about 300 bucks, so it's quite a big difference. And we'll see if it's gonna work for you, and we'll let you know. All right, first thing, right out of the box, this thing does not come assembled. So it's got great parts. They're nice aluminum and metal parts, but you gotta put this thing together yourself. That's probably how they can cut down on some of the cost. But if you're not good at Legos or putting things together like a model, this may not be the rack for you. If you are good at that, save yourself some money, pick this one up. Metal parts. This thing's pretty stable. It's pretty good. Holds the bikes really well. And one of the benefits of this thing is that it has a bolt for the hitch adapter that actually screws into place. So this thing is super sturdy. Majority of the problems that you have with a bike rack are actually from the thing balancing itself and rocking around. But I weigh 190 and then I'm standing on the end of this thing and it is just fine. So like I said, this one comes with its own bolt that's threaded, which is actually, you know, if you got to buy one of these, another 20 bucks. So it's even cheaper bike rack. But this is what makes this thing so much more stable than the rest of the common bike racks out there. So bonus. Good thinking, Young Electric. So installation, pretty darn simple. Takes a standard 2-inch hitch receiver. You can find these on just about any SUV or truck or car. And they even have a 1 1/4 adapter if you need that as well. Super easy install, just slide the thing in, throw your bolt through. Don't need to show you that. Now here is where this thing really shines. Built in to the front is a ramp. Super simple. Has a place to store it, lets you roll your bike up, no issue. I like to take this off and just get it out of the way, super easy. Now some of these e-bikes can weigh like 100+ pounds. They get super heavy, so trying to lug it up onto here sucks. This makes it so much easier. So we just pull this out of the way, slide this in, lock it in place. Now when it comes to connection, this bike rack is a bit unique in that it has an extra point of contact. This part, you just loosen it, fit it on here. This part can swivel and spin. And now you got a third point of contact for your bike so that it really won't flop around while you're driving around. That's it. This thing's locked in there. I haven't even connected the tires yet. I'm even able to load it with the front bike on, so also a nice benefit. Attach it to your frame. These things are not going anywhere. They're stable. Again, I don't even have the tires connected at this point. Done with the ramp. Fits right back in about 5 seconds. So once you got both bikes loaded, you got a couple things going for you. Obviously it's nice and secure on there. You got these 360 rotating arms as well as this adjustable piece that can go up and down, left and right, and they're just super locked in there. They actually are more locked in than on my Rack. We did ride this down to a bike race in Monterey, and there was no chafing or scraping or anything on the frame. I was a bit concerned about that, but it didn't seem to be an issue. So 200-pound weight limit, 2 standard e-bikes, that's more than enough. So you're not worried about overloading this thing. I could probably stand on it too. Seems pretty stout. Now I knew this would be something that we'd have to contend with, but with a Rack, my bikes actually sit upright with the front tire way up there, hanging up over the SUV. With this one, a lot lower, flatter, easier to see out the back, as well as I think it's a little more aerodynamic for better gas mileage. When gas is $7.50 a gallon out here in California, it does make a difference. All right, it's time to really talk about this. There's 3 things that this bike rack really has going for it. 1, the price. $300, $310, comes with the ramp. You can't beat it for a 2-bike e-bike rack. It's pretty well built, seems sturdy enough, and it's got solid metal and aluminum parts. 2, the bikes are held really firm, they're not touching each other, and they've got plenty of support on them for traveling down the road and 4x4ing if you're going a little bit off-road. And then number 3 would again be the visibility out the back of the car. You can see really well over the bikes. Seems like a win. And for a bonus 4th pro to this here bike rack is the ramp. Super, super nice that you have a ramp right here for loading some of these bigger, heavier e-bikes. Give it to them for that one. Notice with your fat tire bikes, it actually continues to hold the thing even with this disconnected. Just put this bar down and out of the way. You can roll this thing right back and lean it a little bit around the handlebars. Even with a full-size standard e-bike, I can still get to my ramp mounting points. Seems like a pretty good deal. Do these first. Leave this 3rd one for last. Can kind of lean this one out of the way. Again, I just like to just take them all the way off. It seems like it works better. And roll my bike down. All right, this is a folding bike rack, so you can, when you're not using it, actually pick it up and fold it out of the way. It's got a pin, comes out, came with this pin. You just fold the bike rack up, slide your pin back in, and it's stored out of the way. Now, to some of the cons of this bike rack. There's no dedicated handle for this. The fact that it has a pin, it's kind of janky. It's obviously a cost-cutting measure. The Thule and the One-Up, they have some sort of latch or something so that it makes it much easier to just simply pick it up and pull it down. The other con to this that I've really found is that when it's down, you can see this tab here. That's as low as it goes. So when you have a bike loaded, the other ones, they pitch down a little bit so the bike's lean and you can open up your trunk. On this one, you can't, there's a bike in the way. Kind of eliminates the ability to be able to use your trunk on your SUV. You got a truck, not a big deal, but even then your tailgate's gonna get in the way. Luckily we have a Toyota so we can actually roll the back window up and down, but it does create a bit of a choke point because getting stuff in and out, we gotta pull the bikes all the way off. So for the Young Electric 2-bike e-bike rack, here's where I land on this thing. If you're solo loading a heavy e-bike or 2 e-bikes, the ramp is a game changer. Makes it super nice. The anti-sway from the bolt going in, super nice. The majority of the problem with bike rack swaying is actually from the hitch, and this thing fixes and addresses that problem, as well as the price. $300, it's a pretty unbeatable price to be able to lug your heavy e-bikes around. So this folding, anti-sway, with a ramp built in, e-bike rack that can hold up to 200 pounds, definitely earns its spot. I'd recommend it if you're the right fit for this. If you have your SUV and you're using it, I'll link it down below so you can check out the pricing and the specs for yourself. Thanks for checking out the channel. This is Car Tech TV. We'll see you in the next one. So as a bonus for this bike rack, this is a Talaria and it doesn't fit on many other bike racks, as well as exceeds the weight limit on a lot of other bike racks. So for this to be able to hold a Talaria and not be too wobbly, just as good as any other bike rack, it's held in there really well. I think this is a major win. We like it. two teenagers rocking the car and it ain't going anywhere.